The topic for discussion in this presentation is who and what is the director of a Singapore company. What is the relevance of appointment as a director in Accra records and what are the legal consequences of this? So you must have heard every company requires a director, secretary and specific officer. So what does that director is? So, a director of a company is presumed to be a person in charge of managing the affairs of the company. Every company must have at least one director who is locally resident in Singapore. And whatever happens in the company is the responsibility of the director. So, if there are more than one director, let's say that a company has three directors, then all the three directors are collectively presumed to be responsible for the affairs of the company. So, what is the legal consequence? What exactly it means to appear as a director of a company? So, the first implication is that your name appears on Accra records. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you one sample BIS file. Okay, so this is a sample BIS file which is provided by Accra. So, it is of some fake company just for the sample purpose. And if you scroll down below, you will notice this officer section, and in this officer section you will see that the name of the director, his address, NRIC number and the date of appointment appears here. So if you accept the directorship of a specific company, your name will start appearing on this document. This will be a public record and anybody who buys the BIS profile of this company will be able to get your details like name, address, NRIC number and the date of appointment. The next implication is that public or government authorities can contact you if there are any issues or complaints against your company. For example, let's presume that a member of public has bought some product from your company and the product is not working properly. And he has tried to make the complaint also. Unfortunately, he has not received any response from your company. In that case, he can contact you and he can reach you at your address. Similarly, if government authorities need to reach to you, for example, if your company might not have filed income tax return, then in that case, if there is no response from the letter written to company address, they can write it at your address and ask you to look into this matter. The next implication, which is slightly severe one, is if company is in legal problem, then director is expected to answer this. For example, if there are any allegations that a company got involved in fraud, or they have fraudulently taken money, or they have taken money and have not performed the services, the director is required to answer all this. In general, the person who appears as a director of the company is presumed to have reasonable knowledge of the affairs of the company and also obviously of the wrongdoings, if any, and the director is answerable for these problems. So the next question then is the nominee director also responsible like other directors? Because many companies in Singapore are incorporated by foreigners and quite often they engage in this nominee director arrangement. So what is the status of nominee director? So first of all, there is no specific position as a nominee director. Nominee director is just like any other director of the company, and therefore technically nominee director is also responsible like any other director of the company for anything that happens in the company. However, what we do is we sign a nominee director agreement at the time of providing the services, and there are two things that needs to be done. First of all, at least one person from your side needs to be appointed to take overall responsibility of the business side of your company. So any wrongdoing, anything not properly done, government authorities questions, anything to deal with public, you will have to answer. And nominee director will absorb himself of any business responsibility. So the agreement will specify that nominee director is not responsible for any activities in the company and nominee director is only for the namesake. So this is generally the arrangement. So the next question then is who is qualified to be appointed as the director? So there is no specific qualification as such. Whatever the qualification is basically age and capacity. So the person needs to be at least 18 years old of full legal capacity. That means he can sign contracts and he can enter into contracts. So should not be of unsound mind, should not be mentally incapable or anything like that. A person should be a Singapore citizen, Singapore permanent resident, or in some cases, some specific circumstances, entry pass holder or EP holder is also allowed to act as a director. And a person should not be specifically disqualified from acting as a director of a company. For example, an undischarged bankrupt is not allowed to act as a director. Similarly, if the person is specifically disqualified to act as a director by court order, he will not be appointed as a director. So this is the basic requirement to be appointed as a director. There are no other specific qualifications. So in summary, role of the director in the company is an important one, and it comes with the responsibility of answering anything that happens in the company. So do not accept directorship of some unknown companies, maybe which belongs to your some distant friends.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.